I'll say this, right? The shot you don't take is the shot that you miss, right? Mm-hmm. Cliche, basketball, whatever. Mm-hmm. Shooting gun range. I don't know the shit. The stickers. The stickers.
To the Let's Excel Show, a platform for our people where we strive to excel.
Yes.
I'm your host, Excel Lopez. I'm out here with my main man, Donjai. Did it?
Don't you forget it.
Never. I love that shit. Yo, pleasure having you in.
Thank you. Look, I said you. I put you and y'all together.
You all.
Thank y'all.
What was that movie? Oh yeah, it was Rush Hour. Jackie Chan goes, you all. What is it good for?
Yo, Chris Tucker.
Oh man, yo, that's a part 4 coming out to that.
I heard. You hear about everything nowadays on the internet.
Yeah, they give us.
Don't believe it till you see it. So
yeah,
I'm waiting.
I was not happy about part 3. That was kind of trash.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
Don't save your eyes.
I clocked out.
don't check in on that. But yeah, man, yo. So how you doing, man? How you feeling?
I feel good. It's early. I feel good. I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, I can't express it any other way. I'm exuberant. I'm good.
You in your element. I love that shit. So yeah, man. How's these streets treating you, man? Like we just chilled the other day, man. Thanks for the invite for that party.
You're welcome. The streets is the way like these events are going. I really don't want to summertime. I really want to kind of make sure I got everything a little bit more tightened because me, I wait or I try to. You see, like, even the other day, I went in last. I wanted to make sure, y'all was good. And I just try to wait for my people. And, everybody's not going to be on the same page, the same time. But if I could accommodate as much as possible, I'm doing that. But I'm realizing the way people have been coming out during the bad weather, it's going to be that times 3 during the good weather.
The good weather.
So
them events are going to look like... MSG after Knicks wins.
Yeah. Right. Flooded.
Yo, flooded. Them streets would get crazy. Did you see the footage of that? Of when they?
No,
not from me, but when they won Game 4.
Yes.
And they shut down 7th Ave.
Yeah. It was
at like 3 in the afternoon.
That was like. That was like the Yankee parade back in the days.
Yo, right? And it's just a first round series.
But ain't no telling where we going after. So it's like, all right, let's take this moment and celebrate as is just because you never know.
Because you never know. Because it's been few and far between where things have been this rosy for the Knicks and stuff.
Yes.
But the city bleeds orange and blue out here.
I mean, 1 minute we 9 games in a row type of thing. Cold, but then we in it. Yeah.
Yo, speaking on that, cause you out here, you brought your camera.
Yes.
This is the weapon that you your expertise. That's your sniper.
It's my pocket rocket.
Yeah, that's so. If you were in that moment at like 7th Ave with the Knicks fans going berserk, how would that shot be for you? Where would you shoot that?
Oh, for something like that, you would want, so as much as you're in the moment and you're in the event, you want people to see what you see, but you also want people to feel like they're there. So with something like this, it's a 35 millimeter, has that feel, and it's not, it's not a bulky camera, so it's not intimidating. So, and then I'm not intimidated by the people, so I'm like right up, up close and personal with it, so you can see somebody screaming. Center, that's how I would have caught that shot. Those shots, yeah, for sure.
And New York, let me get this out.
Yeah, as
the can this way.
Voila.
There you go. So that it won't interfere with that. Thank you.
That's one of them shots. You up close and personal.
You need those, and the thing is, New York fans, Knicks fans, they're in it. Like they're pulling up to you more than they're
blue
shied
and
out.
orange to the max. Like
Yo.
yeah, that's what you gonna see.
Yeah, me and Steve, we had went to MSG when they won Game 3.
Was that Friday?
That was a Friday, yeah. So they won Game 3, and when we were there, we were exhausted, but we were in it, celebrating the win. And we pulled up. We had the microphone. We wanted to do some interviews.
Oh, right.
We did. We want to do street interviews, and we pulled up, and fans were coming up to us, and then they you could see the excitement in their eyes. They see a microphone. We need to talk to that guy. We need to say something. They had the camera, and they were like, "Let's go next. Let's go."
Oh, moment. Like, yeah, they own it. This is our moment.
Yeah. And we still hate Trae Young for no reason.
No comment.
they still hate Trae. We ain't even playing the guy. But that was
no comment.
But your passion for photography, where did that begin? Where's that passion from?
I mean, truth be told, like the interest of it, like the curiosity. I used to watch Spider-Man, the cartoon on like Channel 5, and Peter Parker. Yeah, you remember them days? Those are good days.
Those I still watch it to this day. I actually watched the X-Men cartoon like maybe last year or so.
Yeah. Peter Parker was a photographer, so in hindsight, I identified myself with that superhero. So it's like, all right, if I could become my own superhero, that's how I did it. The passion, developed amongst time because it wasn't easy at first. Developing film and overexposing film or, stuff like that. But the passion came, like at the point, the community center, I tried out mad other stuff, breakdancing or b-boying rather, with Crazy Legs.
Oh, nice.
Did you dance with us? Steven was there. I wasn't good though, but I think Steve was good. Steve was good. I was trash. Steve, Guba, a couple people was up in there.
Yeah, his brother was in that squad too.
Crazy Legs just had Omar. Crazy Legs just had a 50th. I mean, he just, it's the hip hop 50th year. Did y'all see Crazy Legs? I know he was on Drink Champs.
Seen something.
But he had an event the other day, and I'm mad that I didn't catch wind of it. He has like something coming out, like a movie or gallery, like
documentary or something.
But that's crazy because Crazy Legs, no pun intended, that's crazy. Started in Hunts Point and was teaching us, and we learned, and that. So that's how that goes. That's
awesome because giving back to the community that way is something that you're paying it forward.
Yeah,
you're paying it forward after you get to learn.
Before you know it, it's like a nice 360. From the same place, we kind of partake in the same things, and we all landed back here.
Yeah, man, sharing another moment and stuff, man. That's what I love about this because I feel like this is a cheat code.
Oh,
I get to bring people that I like and care about, and have them pull up on me to kick it.
I don't think you're gonna invite anybody you hate,
right?
Yo, man,
that'd be sad. I'm good with talking to people that would be disagreeing and stuff. I'm with it.
You'll go through the itineraries, man. Let me go invite this person that took my girlfriend from me 20 years ago in high school or something like that.
Let's see if he's still on that time. Still on that time.
What type of time? Let's check in on him.
Oh man. So because you also mentor certain photographers as well.
Right.
What is it that you give? Like, what's the best advice that you try to give them so that they don't do like talk about your experiences? You said that like exposing film and making like things like messing up a little bit, but learning from those mess ups to then passing that knowledge on to your students or to your like.
All right. With the students, when I was teaching, I haven't taught in a huge capacity since COVID-19. That kind of killed the program that I helped build in Red Hook. But I've been doing like pop-up workup shops and stuff like that. So I haven't really been in touch with a solid core of students, but people who are the mentees who are, I'll become their mentor in a sense, or I may hire them. The advice that I give them, I don't know, like, it's just different scenarios. Like I shot a Sweet 16 last night.
That's what's up. I was at a Sweet 16 last night too. Remember that was the other time that I was talking to you about. I said, "Hey man, can you do that?" And
yes,
it's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy. We booked anyway. So
no, it's cool. It's cool. But people that I work with for the first or second time, I just try to watch how they work, and I'll just give them advice on you're here to capture moments, provide a service. Sometimes people may not ask for a picture, but it doesn't mean that they don't want one or they don't deserve one. So you have to think like the people you're serving, and you have to think like the people you're serving, and think about if you was in their shoes, if you had a fly outfit on, or you could be bashful because everybody doesn't go up to people, even if you have a camera at a party, and say, "Hey, take my picture." But once you say, "Hey," once you even pull a camera and they pull up on them, they might, they breaking out that shell. They want a picture.
They want style, right?
That's the advice that I give for an event.
That's what I hear. So for what's kind of, so this is a 35 millimeter, so camera, correct? You said,
right.
So for different events, what have you? What would you like? How would your equipment differentiate from like one event to the next? So, say for instance, a Sweet 16. What kind of camera would you use? What kind of lenses you trying to bring with you? So that people could just have that kind of sense. If they're thinking about making a move like this, somebody with your expertise, what would be your kind of?
I don't want to get too technical, but this isn't full frame. So it's a cropped sensor. So it means I lose a couple of whatever millimeters in a sense. It's going to be closer than I anticipated.
Okay.
From the number, like the 35 millimeter on this would differentiate from a 35 millimeter on, let's say, the camera that's filming us. Mm-hmm. Breaking the fourth wall, we look this way.
Good, we here. What up, people?
But real quick, if you're in the street photography, maybe even portraits, you have a pocket rocket documentary stuff. 35 millimeter. It's just kind of like the safe,
like the core.
Yeah.
Like the base that you should have.
Right. If you're shooting like a Sweet 16, my whole thing is this: you could have something that's like, with a zoom lens that may be like 18 millimeter to 35. But a lot of times, if I'm doing photography for a Sweet 16, I'm gonna do a 20 millimeter. Number one, because I get to see the whole surroundings. Right, it's a little bit wider than 35. I get to see everything, wall to wall, because Sweet 16s are usually packed. And then number two, right, and this is a fixed lens, meaning it's 20 millimeters. The only time I could get closer is if I could physically get closer. The only time I could get further is if I could physically move further. But that enables me to get in touch with the people, because a lot of people are bashful photographers, and sometimes that doesn't work. Because you could literally be in the cut somewhere with a zoom lens, but you may not be giving direction. They may not feel your presence. Sometimes when people see a camera, they get a little more.
They get hype, right? They know get somebody's in
captured it. So that's what I would use like for a Sweet 16, like a 20 millimeter. And then I wouldn't use this on-camera flash. This is good when you're up close in front of people, but I would use a wireless flash, maybe my Pro Photo A10, I believe. A B10. I got so many Pro Photo, which is a brand, flashes. I'm forgetting it. B2 is like that's my baby, the B2. So I would use that, similar to how these lights are like bouncing off the air. I would use that to flash, bounce off the ceiling, and then project on the people. So that's my setup for Sweet 16s are events.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your
if that makes sense for the people out there. I know it's technical.
People need that. People
right.
need that.
Oh, my bad.
You're good. I just don't want to like fall backward. But when it comes to your street photography though.
Right.
So what's your what's your like your element, your style that you try to like capture? You trying to capture like the grittiness of the city? You trying to capture like a pristine moment? What are your like? What do you get called to that inspires you for it?
A subject matter. So it could be the grittiness. It could be a pristine moment. But to me, that's all subject matter. I released some work on my website. I got some of the protests. I got like the shot with these, what I presume to be maybe heroin addicts. They like nodding out on the train, but they may be a couple.
I seen that they were laying on each other, right? I seen your gallery. It's pretty dope.
I got, I'm in that face with it, and it's just the subject matter and moments.
I hear. What would be your? I remember I touched on this another time. I tried to hit you up like about this like off camera stuff. What's your favorite? Will be your most like your dream shot that you would want to take?
Definitely.
Where
I don't know if I have a. I don't know if I have a dream shot in the sense. I got artists that I would like to work with or like to capture in some capacity outside of doing concerts and stuff like that. Like or artists. Damn.
What would be an artist then?
A lot of them are gone. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about them.
I thought about MJ, Prince, like from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like people that I admire, Keith Haring. I just thought about them from the jump. As of now, The Weeknd is pretty dope. I don't know. A lot of people are fly by night, but a lot of artists, they become interesting characters within their work. So maybe working with certain artists would be dream moments. But I might have to think about that more. I don't know about a dream shot, but that's cool.
So do you because you work with various artists, like you've done music videos, you've done photo shoots. What was your first experience working with a recording artist that it was kind of maybe like surreal for you, the environment or the process in which they were working in or whatnot? If you were in the studio with them and you were capturing moments while they were in their zone or whatnot.
That's a super good question. So the first artist that I really worked with, and it was like intimate, like in studio type things, would probably be like Jim Jones. I feel like
that's dope.
Like he tells you on these interviews, like he'll frequently say that he writes rhymes while he's sleeping and stuff like that. And I have images of him in the studio, like on the floor, head to the ground, like this, I'm presuming that he's writing rhymes. Like, what I'm saying? That was probably one of the first encounters. My man Ash brought me up there, and that's why I've been working with him early. And yeah, that was kind of like surreal. Like, oh, this is a professional artist in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like he made his way to like, all right, this is, everybody transitions from like street artist to professional, but like, professional studio, this is how they work. You're watching them work. So I got a chance to document moments like that.
I love that stuff. I'm always inspired, not only inspired, but I'm always geeked up about people, especially like in their craft,
right?
Working in the moment, the real time moment of their process, like that zone. How does that feel where they're in their creativity, same way like you're in your creativity,
right,
at the same time, kind of, and it's meshing together and it's flowing correctly or whatnot?
Yo, it feels. So I'll say this, right? The shot you don't take is the shot that you miss, right? Mm-hmm. Cliche basketball, whatever. Mm-hmm. Shooting gun range. I don't know the shit. the stickers
is talking to you.
That's the shot you don't miss. So I like using. I know photography is kind of like painting with light. It's the study of light. So available light may not be the best of the best. So I know sometimes I may be messing up a lot of their process, or I may make it a little bit awkward. But if until they tell me, chill out with the flash, then I'll just keep going. Or I have discretion. You know what I'm saying? But I think it usually blends well, and we make good images.
That's good. And I'm pretty sure they're probably like so caught up with their work. They're kind of not even paying no mind to you, and you probably catching them in their peak, and like with their powers like aligned,
right,
with the creative process.
But they also understand. They know what it is. They're like, all right, those who know what it is, they know what it is. They know creators respect creatives.
Yeah,
and they know, all right, we got somebody documenting this. Like,
yo, I be respecting you creator.
It's like that Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, we out here pointing, yo. And then it turns to the office. They out here pointing fake finger guns and shit. Oh man.
Yeah, I see you. Hey.
All right. So who was your mentor growing up in the point? Like while you're out here honing, learning your craft and trying to get good, and the experiences of when you like any mess ups or whatnot with like equipment or with stuff like that you had to like take a second.
I mean, I remember a lot of the teachers we had: Alan Frame, Frank Franca, so many, but on like in a sense mentorish. Mm-hmm. I got to like. I've been hired to work with him. We kind of grew up under him. I don't know if you remember Damian Castro. Damian Castro is from Hunts Point. His brother,
shout out
Cuba.
I know Cuba.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Cuba.
So he, Damian was a little bit older than me, and he had a style. Like I like the way he dressed, and he was also in photography. But I would say I would give him mentor credit in a sense. He definitely put me on to some game for sure.
Dope. And what kind of like the process when you were learning how to first? Because I recall one time you were telling me that the program that you kind of got into, it wasn't just for kids, because you started very young, right?
Right. So it wasn't separated like. It wasn't separated initially. It was just like the pilot program. Like, yo, if you're interested, come on.
Mm-hmm, just pull up.
Young, old, cat, dog, waffle,
waffle, iron. Nowadays people identify.
Right. So I was like one of the youngest in the room. Probably the youngest, if not one of the youngest. But yeah.
So that's what
it was. And Damien could have been in that room too. He could have been, maybe if I was 9 or 10, he could have been 16 at the time. Maybe.
Okay. That's why you have that the little card. They said making dope since 1997.
Yeah, shooting dope.
Shooting dope. There you go.
That's like that's the fit. No, those are limited. But those are like, if you know kind of cards. They're not the professional ones that I'm leaving at the Sweet 16s, because you got kids there and they may not understand it. But the business cards, the 50th anniversary version, the hip hop 50th anniversary version of my business cards, shooting dope since 9/7, is like, if you know, it's on some hip hop lingo kind of things, a play of words. Sadly, we come from a place where a lot of people have succumbed to being addicts or dying or passing away or, but it's just a play of words. Hip hop adopted the word dope, and it's just to let you know whatever I'm shooting is dope, not necessarily neat.
Yeah, you're shooting a dope pick, a dope moment at this time right there.
Yes, you understand.
Bars, man, bars. Yo,
but it's funny because I've been on my website. I could tell who downloads like the photos because you have to register with an email, and I've been seeing a lot of corporate people, who've been at these events downloading pics. So I'm like, all right, they get it. It's not, I don't think it's scaring them away too much.
Yeah.
For their photo.
For sure.
So I'm like, all right, it's a good marketing. We on to something.
Come on, because if you don't get it, man, then are you?
This is cancel culture. You can't, man. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Yeah, man. It's okay not to get it, but just don't bring somebody else down with it, right?
Yeah, man.
But it's dope. I loved it when I seen it. I was like, this is hilarious. It struck a chord. But speaking of which, you were saying that we came from a poverty-stricken neighborhood, right. With like our streets like drug infested, unfortunately. How did you not get put into that same box, into that same statistic? What were the things that kept you off the streets and kept you in a good state of mind, even though you be in the streets?
No, man. You know what it is? I really don't. I think perseverance. Perseverance is strong. It's a strong character to kind of possess. Just being able to cut through. Not that I haven't been in my share of troubles. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up in a house with 6-7 brothers, and it's like the statistics alone for people of color, to go to prison or be dead and all that stuff, or shot, and we it's perseverance. You know what I'm saying? Like with God's grace, definitely perseverance. And I think also I pretty much have good judgment. So there's a time to be a knucklehead, there's a time to learn, and there's times where things might slip up on you, like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Next thing you know, oh, all right, I'm locked up. No, I didn't see that one coming. Oh, I lost something, I broke my equipment. Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Things slip up every now and then, but the older you get and the wiser you get, it's like the less chances, the less, clowns you have in your circle. What I do pride myself in, like you say, like how many people did we pull up to on that line that day?
Pulled up on and like 8 people, 6, 8 people, what was it?
And so there was 3 already there, and then I grabbed you, I grabbed it. So it could have been like probably 10, 11 people, but I pride myself in when I bring people to events, especially like women too, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody ever gets in a fight, nobody gets hurt, nobody gets killed, nobody has something stolen. If anybody gets drunk and lose something, that's on you.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, all right, yo, your friend stole my phone. Nobody gets fight. Women don't get touched inappropriately, or they don't get not, oh, you didn't check on me when I went home, or you left me. None of that happened. So I pride myself in the places that I bring people. I pretty much have good discretion to know that I'm going to be safe and you're going to be safe too.
Yeah,
so I pride myself in that.
That's awesome, and you expect everybody to be respected together as well.
Right. So I say that to say this. That's kind of how I think strategically didn't succumb to some of the things that we that challenges that faces us for the worse. And the area that we from, Hunts Point. We definitely at one point, if not still, like the poorest congressional district. I feel like, that means our neighborhood, Mount Haven, I think all the way up to Fordham. We're all part of, I think, the 16th congressional district. So we face some challenges still in this big grown age of 2023.
So then you say that, for me to say this, what if you were to have some power to try to, matter of fact, I'm a hold that thought so that we could bring that to the next segment on the Let's Excel show. I'm gonna talk, just some things about what would you do to try to make our hood a better place. Right back here at the Let's Excel show. Stay locked.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? If you haven't subscribed to us yet, you're wildin'. If you're listening to us, streaming us, and you still haven't hit follow, you're bugging. Guys, we love you, we appreciate you. All that stuff you do for us, we fuck with you. Thank you, love, peace, Let's Excel.
Back out of here at the Let's Excel show again. My name is Excel Lopez. I'm here with Donjai Did It. Don't you forget it. Yeah, I got it right this time. 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 times I got it. 25% out. Yo, man. So we left off from the last segment on things that you would do to make New York a better place, the city a better place, the Bronx a better place. Yeah. What would you do to like your vision of how to make New York better for like the youth and people?
It's always about micromanaging. So I'm gonna start with Hunts Point.
Hood.
I love the Point. And for people who don't know, the Point is the nickname of Hunts Point. We're going to the Point.
Yeah.
But the Point is a community center in Hunts Point. So the fact that, they seen something, I would say the people that built the Point, like Paul, Maria, shout outs to them.
Yep, you heard it.
And everybody else had a whole, Flacco, Hunter, Ralph Acevedo, Mike G, Chad, Layton, there was the farm program also before the boy. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a vision. Angel Rodriguez. So many people
that did a positive influence on it, right?
They were trend forecasters because you go to places now and people are doing tours and you wouldn't believe, people do like Airbnb tours and somewhere, I'm sure somebody's bringing in, they got like the hip hop, whatever tours, and they may bring you somewhere people are learning how to b-boy or they may call it breakdancing. Like people are bringing in crowds of Europeans or people who are not from the city to learn these things because it's trendy now. A lot of this stuff people are really doing for Instagram. It's trendy now, but the Point, Tats Crew was housed out of the Point. Back then, the Point had Crazy Legs teaching us b-boying, and International Center of Photography teaching us photography, and Tats Crew still has their office there to this day, and they're very successful. And they had classes where they're teaching us how to write up and graph. They were on to something. Because all that stuff was trendy now, and people are doing that because it seems trendy. You know what I'm saying? So
our culture is really something that really sticks out, and it really gravitates to people. People really gravitate to. I'm sorry.
So the Point seen all of that in advance and knew that's what it was, that's what it is, and that's what it's going to be. Now everybody's trying to capitalize off it. So I say the Point did a tremendous job of keeping kids off the street. Of, look at us in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Even if Steven's not b-boying for a living nowadays, at least he had to experience that.
Nah, he's like Batman, bro. He puts on the cape, and that's when he get busy.
Like, at least he had to experience that. Be it right. Be it if I know people who didn't, stick with photography, but at least they had a chance to experience that.
Yeah.
So the Point gave people opportunity. We need more programs like that in the city. As far as Hunts Point is concerned, I think we need the generation under us, all the drill kids, and they need to know about the Point. Whatever we could do to make it more cool. You want to learn how to rap? Maybe we got to teach them how to rap. You got to bring some artists in there, open up the studio. But we got to kind of get with the times and figure out what the kids in the neighborhood need and revive the Point, bring them to the Point. Because if they aren't familiar with it, this is what we went through. We learned that every city needs a Point or the Point. And, we've been standing like 20, maybe 27 years strong or something like that. The city in itself, I don't really care about the city, man. I care about Hunts Point. more awareness. Maybe people need to know that we got probably about 3-4 amazing parks in Hunts Point. People are getting married in these parks, and we need more. We got access to the waterfront, but we need, I guess, direct access. And it needs to kind of be advertised. Like, listen, y'all could canoe, y'all could hop on the boat, y'all could fish.
Oh, and the Bronx River. We
got waterfront, surrounding Hunts Point. So I like the rawness of our neighborhood, but maybe the truck traffic may scare people away, but it's cool because it ain't for everybody. We got our own little hub, so I like that.
Yeah, I hear it. Because like HP Hunts Point, it bred us, and people. When you talk to people outside of like our space or whatnot, and they hear the Bronx or they hear New York, they expect a certain person instead of, they expect us to look down and out instead of more of somebody upbeat, somebody with, a smile on their face, or they like somebody not looking drawn out. So I'm sure once people hear where you from, people look at you like, it must have been tough, but you go, but that tough made you better, right?
Right.
Like that perseverance is like that we touched on.
I wouldn't have had it no other way, because, granted, the buildings that we moved into were pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
I moved into Hunts Point April 1990, and back then I think I had a three bedroom, 2 bathrooms. You had the same apartment?
I had a smaller one. I had 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom.
You serious? Oh, man, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Pain.
My bad.
Pain.
But, that's, to know the value of that. Damn, I lost track. What was the...
Oh, no, we're talking about the perseverance of coming from Hunts Point, like how you wouldn't have it any other way being...
Right. So, to me, that was, luxury back then, and it's luxury now, knowing the value of that. But... we were still financially poor. But I think being poor enables you to be innovative. It enables you to think. And I wouldn't have had that I wouldn't have had that any other way. People who come from money and then they're on the decline, they really don't know how to function in these streets. They don't know how to think for themselves. It's a little bit hard to move around. When you are on the opposite and you grow up poor, and then you make it being poor, you're just so innovative in your thoughts and you figure out how to get around. By the time you probably run into a substantial amount of money to live decent, you are very comfortable with what you have and with what you missed out on, and you know how to maneuver if you were ever to lose that money. So I wouldn't have had it any other way.
I hear it.
Facts.
I feel the same way about things.
Change that.
That's a beauty of that story, because I feel the same way with this space here, and like I resonated with that as well, because I wouldn't have this space if I didn't go through all the troubles and all the like heartaches or all the the setbacks to help me step forward, right. to make me forward, like to think forward of what is it that would be best for like myself and for the people around me. And it's to show people, everybody's stories, that we could all persevere if we all have that positive mindset and have what else? Just that grit and being right. able to understand that we ain't come from someplace great, but we don't have to stay in that place. We could get better. We could grow. It can't just we don't stay stagnant, because we out here, we're hustling.
Right.
So that kind of really touched the chord right there. I appreciate that from you, Joe.
Thank you.
You out here, man. Thank you. But shoot, this jacket is fly. Just so you know.
The weather brought it out.
The weather brought it out of you?
The weather brought it out.
Nah, that jacket is dope. What other because you always wear some fly stuff. Like you always like coordinate things.
I like bright colors.
You do. Cause you're a bright guy. You're a bright guy. Positive mindset like that. What other, like, have you ever had any situations where you Like who like do you get complimented a lot on your style, on your fashion?
50-50.
50-50. Some people were like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, 50-50. It's 50-50.
I hear it.
Yeah, 50-50.
But yo, it's always you though. Anytime I see you rocking something, I go, yo, that just fits with your persona.
I appreciate it. I learned one time from I was always insecure about being slim. And
Lucky bastard.
my man 89 years ago, I feel like we had a conversation. I don't know, it wasn't necessarily a conversation about like it wasn't no in-depth kind of like mano y mano, yo man, I'm slim, you slim type thing. But he mentioned something like, yeah, if I was any like or if he was any bigger, it'll cripple his swag. And I resonated with that. That was something that kind of made me appreciate who I was. I was like, yeah, you know what? If I get any bigger, it's gonna cripple my swag.
I hear it. Cause I'm like, shoot, you look like you're supposed to be in music videos, but like music videos that you shoot. So
oh, right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm behind the camera.
Yeah, you behind the camera. I'm like, yo, there has to be a front facing camera too at the same time. You gotta do some shit like that.
There's
what has been so when like if you want to touch on like, you know, any artists you worked on in music videos, or like how you canvassed any the videos for where you shoot for them, like how do you come up with that process?
It's funny because there's an artist, I'm not gonna say her name. Cause you know we may be shooting this week, but
nice.
I sent her a treatment maybe 3 years ago, right? Another woman artist wound up doing the same concept that I gave to her a couple of months back. Or the video released a couple of months back. So this artist spun the block. And they're talking to me last night and they're like, all right, what's the treatment for this? And I'm like, yo, do you not remember you curved what I gave you before? And somebody else who's as equally, if not a little bit more successful, took our idea. So it's like, all right, are you ready to work with what I'm gonna give you? Are you gonna be afraid, or do you want to take it to its maximum capacity, or do you just want something where I just pull up with the camera and we just shoot and we freestyle, whatever? So a lot of artists sometimes they they're not ready for the vision. So it's like that's cool too. But we can also sometimes less is more. I shot a video with Dave East. He gave me the record. I vibed with it, and and somebody of that stature, if he's feeling what I'm saying, yo, Dave East, let's hop in the video and do this video on the train. He's like, okay. What train station you want to meet at? You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that doesn't ride the train every day, but thought that was dope and thought less was more and thought this was an authentic view. This is gritty. And it wasn't like we on the train with bodyguards and none of that. No, we rode the train from 145th and St. Nick all the way to East Broadway. From hood to hood. East Broadway is the hood of the hood. 145th and St. Nick is the hood of the hood too. They're a little bit more cleaner now. Yeah. And this was like midnight, 12:30. The trains are taking 15 minutes, 20 minutes apart to come. We having a good old time. We shooting, we vibing. We amongst the people. People are recognizing what we're doing. They recognize him. So sometimes like we get stuff like we get videos that come across our table like that. That's a little bit more easy to do, but it's also a higher reward because of who we're working with. You know what I'm saying?
I hear it. Yeah. So when you come up with that creative process, do you Because I didn't even think about that you got to listen to the music first, which makes sense, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but I was like, it makes sense.
So it's like, hey, send me the music. That'd be the last thing somebody does. They'd be like, I got this record. And they'll be talking about, I'm like, all right, yo, send the record. But yes.
Nah, that's cool. And so do you also brainstorm with them in real time while listening to the music together? Because I feel when like there's a meeting of the minds, that's where like magic happens for people when with the creativity and whatnot.
They may play it once or twice, but for me, I might need to hear it 10, 15 times on my own time.
Got it. Okay. So it doesn't have to be with somebody there with you. You could just
maybe while I'm waking up, cleaning, because I'll get all these thoughts. It has to be like, we'll hear it initially together sometimes, but on my own time. And then sometimes it just makes it easier for the artist. They'll send the record, like Dave, he'll send the records. Like, what's your vision for this? Let's do this this way. It just makes it so much easier. Yo, listen, I got this cafe right here. We're going to shoot there. I got this right here. I'll handle this. It just makes it so much of an easier process.
I hear it.
For them, like it's easier on them. One less thing that they could worry about. Artists need help. Artists are busy as well. They got, they're responsible for a lot of, Wu-Tang up there. Imagine Wu-Tang is like 9, 10 people, and they probably responsible for 10, 15 people. Imagine what they phones was like. When the phones are beeping,
how hard it must have been to get them together, right?
Man, like I got to worry about this. Artists need breaks, so I feel like when directors are able to come in and just make their lifestyle that much easier and execute a goal, so they could kind of get to their audience or their fan or their bag. That's like a plus.
Nah, that's dope.
Right.
Nah.
Every artist needs a photographer or a director. And then it's sad because you see a lot of artists, you see a lot of entourages. I learned something from my man Ash again. He fostered my relationship with like Jim Jones and Dipset because he grew up with them. But Ash was like, he told me this, like, yo, if I was ever an artist, I'll go on the road with my DJ, my security, my lady, maybe my best friend, or like a video guy,
a photographer, a cinematographer, right?
Right. A lot of these artists, they'll be 10, 15 deep, and they just a bunch of people looking tough or nothing to do, or they just loving the attention from the girls, they loving the smoke, they loving the shopping, they loving the experience. But it's like, yo, I need you to go get your license so you can carry throughout all 50 states. That's what I need you to do. I need you to learn how to pick up a camera so you could document me, because the other cameraman I had or I hired, he might be too busy at this point. I need you to learn how to, do bookings, do invoices. You got a 10-man entourage. What do y'all do? Mm-hmm. Y'all could be there for muscle, and some people are there for muscle. Some people are there to enjoy the good time, but you need more assets than liabilities in your crew. It's like, yo, how can we make this lucrative for artists? Because if you ever look at an artist run hip hop, or I don't care if it's Bobby Brown, MC Hammer, 9 times out of 10, a lot of artists don't get to have a run like a Jay-Z, a LL Cool J. A lot of artists have a crazy incline, and the decline is crazy. If everybody in your entourage was to kind of foster something that could help you, besides being a rapper, everybody want to rap? No, let's not all rap. Let him rap. We could kind of foster these skill levels to make sure that this is the best artist ever and that he stays where he's at, or just
keeps ascending.
Right. I like that. I like that idea better than staring at the camera with a tough face.
No, for real. That's that's funny that you say that, because that's what that's one of the best things I've seen from like LeBron James, because he did the same thing with his people. He made one of his best friends. He learned how to be an agent, and now he's one of the biggest agents in the NBA. One is working, I believe, front office. Maverick Carter's with the Knicks. Worldwide West is with the Knicks, right? So that's another one that he elevated all his people to not just not let it be a meal ticket, and it's all about everybody progress. Everybody eats if you want to eat. If you want to learn how to eat, you learn how to cook. Yo, my man's busy. He's on
I'm trying to. yes. I totally hear what you say. But right. You know, you teach somebody to fish, they can eat for life.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I love to see like people do. Like that's how you really are being a real friend, though. You know.
Oh, for sure.
You out here teaching somebody how to do something instead of just letting them be stagnant.
Yeah, because you can enable somebody just by, you know, laying out the red carpet for them all the time.
Yeah.
Because like, all right, where's your chance to think?
Thinking is the most powerful thing that we have.
Yeah.
That's why Professor X was one of the strongest mutants. Yes, sir. So you've been on the road, right? For like doing gigs and stuff. Like what states have you been to, and like those experiences been like, and which artists or whatnot?
So my first time ever going to Colorado, Seattle, and LA, I don't know. Colorado, Seattle, Nipsey Hussle.
R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. My man Tier fostered a relationship with Nipsey's DJ, VIP. You know, brought me along the road, and this is before he blew up. A lot of people from at least the East Coast, or where I'm from, knew who he was, so they didn't really have interest, or they didn't see the value in it. So, you know, I've been through those states with him. Out of town.
I know you've been anywhere and everywhere. What was your first gig out there? Like your first gig working with an artist like on the road? Do you recall that?
I can't recall. It probably was like Jim Jones or the Diplomats. I'm not gonna lie. You know, like in 2010, maybe Boston, Colorado. I know we went down to Atlanta at one point. It's probably with Jim. Being on the road with Jim. Miami, we definitely, you know, road trip. Yeah, it's probably with Jim.
Those experiences must have been crazy. Must have been something.
Oh yeah, Miami was super stupid fun. Stupid fun. We stayed at the Shore Club hotel. We went to a lot of parties. Miami was fun. You know how Miami is. I don't even know if this was spring. I don't know if it was spring, but I don't know what weekend it was. But regardless, we had a lot of fun. There was a lot of action, a lot of traffic, a lot of people outside. You know, just regular Miami stuff. Not too crazy.
I hear it. You like you speaking of Nipsey, you know, R.I.P. one of the greats and stuff. Like you had a relationship too with DMX as well.
Yes, how can I forget?
R.I.P.
Oh man,
DMX and stuff. So like you had interesting moments with him as well.
Yeah. So for some strange reason, X was recording in I'm about to say Nebraska. My mind, it's it's early, yo. Nashville, Tennessee. So D, the general, the founder of
Rough Riders.
You know, this is like when COVID began, but it's like, yo, the show don't stop. We hopped on them planes, you know, masked up, and we was like, all right, we gonna mess with X in Nashville. So you know, Nashville is a beautiful town. Shout out to my boy Adeli. I linked with some beautiful people out there. Adeli. Shout out to Joe's Pizza. Throwback. I mean, Andrew, he got a store named Throwback out there. There's so many people I linked with all through that journey, you know, while documenting X, record, and put together music and stuff like that. And also, you know, we had a chance to hang out, you know, like really on some, the camera don't need to be there. Let's just, you know, hang out, share a drink, bug out, bump heads, eat together. We feel like we ate brisket. We had a good time. Yeah.
Nah, like I was mentioning your jacket. It was a story that you had told me one time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta send you that clip. I don't know if you ever seen it. I forgot where I got it. Probably I would show it to you. I don't know. I forgot what I was doing. I just turned around. By the time I turned around, X had on my North Face jacket. It's an extra size. This one was a size extra small too at the time. And
so yeah, he was stunting with your jacket on?
He was like dancing. Hey. What?
What?
He was like doing one of them. I think he threw the hoodie on at one good time.
he had a moment of feeling how it was to be Joe for a second, for how to be Donjai for a second. He was like, "Yo, it's lit in this, yo. I feel good being this dude." Shout out to
had all great energy, beautiful person. Word. That's a fact. Yes, Nashville. Damn, you bringing everything out that I can't even think of. I got brain fog.
It's early. It's early. Right. You brought me out here this time.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So for the community for our people,
right?
What is it that you feel like we need to do for us so we could be better with each other?
Okay. You said so we can be better with each other?
Because we're people that always are connected with people. We find a value in people. I feel like we're kind of losing that a little bit in society. I feel, what would you think would be things that would just bring people together and just make this city, our borough, this world a better place, and through Joe's eyes?
I think group economics, right? And I say this because, I feel like we've come so far to move backwards. Like I like, when I travel, outside of resorts, things are so much more simpler and smoother. I've been to Cuba twice. I've been to Mexico maybe 3 times. Jamaica twice. Amsterdam. Take it. But like when you go to a lot of these like countries like in the Caribbean, West Indies, South America. I've been to Colombia twice. Things are much more simpler. And it's like in a lot of these places when you go to the areas that like the El Barrios, none of the resorts, none of the fancy smancy hotel stuff. Mm-hmm. Like you in the authentic area. It's like the value of things they're not that high, but there's opportunity there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you could be a local and you could have something of value, and it's like, all right, I'll trade you this for this. What's up? I got some sour sop. What you got? You got sugar cane? Bam.
So you like just a transaction, just like basically meeting people and stuff and making
right.
Like, that's building relationships.
That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we've been clouded by too much materialistic things, and that's when it comes down to, with our people killing each other. Outside of mental health issues, we definitely need to kind of foster a place where, or figure out how to cope with our anger. You know what I'm saying? I was at a video shoot the other day, and I don't even want to say the artist, but I'm pretty sure they was embarrassed because they telling the people around them like, yo, chill out. Like, yo, you making everybody feel uncomfortable here. You make me feel uncomfortable. It cooled out for 5 minutes. Then it started getting crazy again. And I'm like, yo. And I'm kicking it with this artist. I brought, people from Puma Rock Nation. They're trying to get like a mixtape documentary done to interview this artist. They wasn't here to see the madness, but it's like, yo, you got people in this group arguing over something that could easily be talked out. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's really about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
More communication.
Violence begets more violence. Let's communicate. Let's embrace each other. Let's pull each other to the side. Let's not put on the show. Yo, what? My man, yo, what? You know, let's figure out how to channel, hey, can I talk to you in private? Let's figure out how to channel that.
Just like how we're doing it right now, bro.
Yeah, like, listen, can I pull you to the side? I didn't like the way that went down. You know, what they say now, respectfully, not trying to dab or step on your manhood. Yeah. Wait, 20 seconds what?
20 seconds till we wrap.
And group economics. Let's figure out how we take our resources and make the best of it amongst each other and our neighborhood.
Bring each other up. Yo, guys, you heard it here best from Donjai. Did it. This is the Let's XL show. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Peace.